and gentlemen, welcome to our brand new cool video on something. So yes, let's do this. And we're gonna get into it right away. Woo! So yeah. Isn't that what you wanted? That was actually one of the questions. Hey couple, how come you're serious now? What happened to that old couple? Well, that old couple was 28, 29 years old when it started making YouTube videos. Okay. Now I'm old. So, yeah. Oh. There you go. That's the most funny you'll get out of me anytime soon. So, then another video, or not another video, another question before we get into the main question. So this one was from Rakesh. About the experience of Kriya Yoga in your life and how getting initiated in Kriya Yoga can change astrological life and spiritual life, and also about mantra sadhana. So one thing I'll tell you that Kriya Yoga, don't think it's like some magic yoga that as soon as you start doing it, you're going to be experiencing the fourth dimension, okay? Because it takes a while to, first of all, clean up certain karmas in your life before you can experience something new. Okay, so it's like it's like you're wanting to go towards God, but you have something in your hand. Your fist is full of all these desires, all these things, all these past life things. And God is wanting to hold your hand. But you can't because your hands are closed. So how do you reach God? You have to let go of all of this, and then you can put your hand out so God can reach you. But one thing I will say, there are these subtle changes. You know, it's like how your hair grows. So if, let's say you shaved your head and your hair needs to go from small little microscopic hair to like literally up to down hair. It's going to take a while. And so since I have done it, there are these subtle changes that I feel, which again, they're for me. You know, but one thing I'll tell you, it just takes me deeper into, I long for doing my pranayam. I long for my meditation. I long to be in my own world even more than before. Even that was my natural path. You know, it just becomes more of a longing now. You know, and these things will build up and build up. And yes, you know, there are going to be certain experiences that you feel, and it could happen for you in a week. For me, it literally took almost 1.5 years to get to a certain beginning point of feeling something. Now, how does it help astrologically? Well, of course, you know, when you do Kriya, you are pretty much trying to create fire from rubbing on the stone or the wood. You know, you're rubbing it. So, and the whole process is to open up your kundalini or chakras, and it pretty much opens up the Nadi of Jyotish. But what happens, it starts giving you the subtle perspective into Jyotish. However, I'll actually give you a much easier thing related to this. For me to really understand the Jyotish part, mantras are everything. They are the starters. You know, like how back in India, the scooter needs a starter, right? So if the starter was off, then my father used to take it out, fix it, do something, and put a new starter in. It becomes the starter for that organism of Jyotish to become alive. And I cannot tell you how beautiful mantra sadhana is. Every day I'm now doing some mantra. Okay, every day. Even though I'm done with my graha mantras, I'm doing something else. Because those graha mantras just activated. For example, I'm going to be showing you guys Nadi. I'm going to open up this course on Nadi within a week or two on Magha Vedic Astrology Academy. So you can check it out there when it's opened up. I'm still working on things. But like, for example, when I started doing the mantra literally from sun or it was moon, sun, moon and Jupiter transition, I came across Nadi, and literally, you know how just your 1,000-petal lotus opens when your kundalini opens? It literally opened up a lotus on top of my head. It's like I just got it. It's like my life and my chart was longing for something, because everybody's connected to something. For example, if somebody who has fallen in love with KP astrology, you can't tell them, oh, look at this, this, and this. No, for them, KP is everything. You tell me to do KP, I'll probably be like, okay, if this is astrology, I don't want to do it. I'm just not into it. I've tried looking into it, tried doing it, but just I'm not into it. Somebody, if you tell somebody like KRSchannel Raaj, forget doing Jaimini, just do Nadi or just do this. KRSchannel Raaj is going to be like, no, I don't want to do it. I want to stick to Jaimini. This is my love. This is that seed of my passion. Or just simply Parashri Jyotish is the seed of my passion. So finally, from all of this, or somebody will do Lal Kitab. For me, I've read some of the best, rarest book on Lal Kitab that my chacha has in India. But I'm just not interested. It never got to me, and maybe I'm not aligned for that. But as soon as I saw the Nadi, the Nandi Nadi, it was just like some vein just became opened up. And just, it's blossoming. It's blossoming. So that's the mantra siddhi is extremely important. Yet certain mantras you are going to have to be initiated into. Even though all these mantras you'll find online, which I won't even touch unless some guru gives it to me. Only then I'll do it. But yeah, there's all kinds of mantra, like for example even in Ravan Samhita, you will find so many mantras to do all kinds of things, but you cannot do them unless you're initiated by a realized individual. So be careful of all the mantras you do. Okay, so that's my suggestion on it. But yes, mantras, especially graha and planetary mantras, you should if you're an astrologer. If you're an astrologer, you should do it because then they guide you to the right path. It is these mantras that got me to the right path. Now, the next question, my phone's on the floor. Okay, so the next question was from Robert, I believe. Oh man, my thing is even blurred. Okay, well, this individual asked me about, can you say anything good about Ketu Dasha? Everybody talks about negative things and bad things. Is there anything ever good comes out of Ketu Dasha? So that is what we're going to be looking at today. And I'm going to show you here. So let's say, for example, we have a Gemini ascendant, right? That is ascendant, the first house. Your Ketu is in the 4th house in Virgo. Your Rahu is in the 10th house in Pisces. And let's say your Ketu Dasha is coming. And you want to know how this Ketu is going to be. So the first thing we have to understand, and this is part of the Nadi, that's why I've left it blank. Because it's so simple, you will see it. First thing we need to see, that Ketu is going to be giving result first of its dispositor. The sign that it's placed in is going to take on that energy. So when Ketu becomes activated, whether it's a Mahadasha, Antradasha, Paryantradasha, Ketu is always going to become activated through this circuit of Virgo. And you got to understand one thing, don't ever make a mistake that, oh, my Ketu Antradasha was really bad in my Mercury Dasha. Oh no, and now Ketu Dasha is coming. Don't do that. That's a complete different energy scenario. Because that particular planet of Mahadasha is supposed to bring certain karmas, which Ketu becomes a part of. But Ketu said, I don't have that same storage in your life. I have a different set of bag that I have to now unravel for you. And when the other planet comes in, who's Antradasha, that I gave you bad results in, well, I have some other gift for this planet. And you have to see the relationship. Where is Ketu from the other Dasha lord? So when it's Antradasha came and gave bad result, and where is it from some other planet? And where is that planet from Ketu? So first thing we see, it's going to give result of Mercury. And so for example, we say, let's say Mercury is sitting right there in the sign of Aries. So this is our first step to judging this Dasha. Second, let's say Ketu is at 14 degrees. So that means now Ketu is going to be in nakshatra of Hasta, which is ruled by and controlled by moon in the Dasha system. Okay? So now we have to look at the other. Okay? Where is the Hasta dispositor? So now you see that moon, because Ketu is also going to take this energy as well. And it's going to make a call to the moon that, hey, what's going on? What am I supposed to be doing here? So now let's say for Gemini ascendant, moon is sitting right there. Okay? Moon is sitting right there. Then, let's say, and remember, these are good results I'm giving you. Okay? So now let's say you have Jupiter right there in the third house in Leo. Okay? And then you have Saturn in the ascendant, 10,000 Gemini. Okay? So, and then we can also say Venus is sitting in the 10,000 Pisces. And Sun is right there in the 11,000 Mercury. So, this is the chart. And let's just say, I know we're missing Mars. Okay, let's just say Mars is sitting right there. Okay, or actually, we'll do another thing. Mars is sitting right there. So what's happening first of all, Ketu? When the Ketu Dasha starts, its own significance will take over your mind. You'll behave like that planet. You will think like that planet. You'll see the world through the eyes of that planet. So imagine I had Mercury glasses on, but now those glasses are taken off and I'm now looking through the glasses of Ketu. So first of all, Ketu is a natural significance of detachment. Okay. It's a natural significance of monks. Natural significance of astrology. Research. It naturally represents one going from root to the top of the flag. Let me show you. This is the ground. Okay. Whenever there is a flag has to go deep enough into the ground so the wind, it can be wind resistant. Okay, so it's underneath the ground, let's say 3 feet. Okay. And then you have this tall flag going up. Okay. There's your United States flag. This is what Ketu does in this Dasha. What happens is, and same thing here. What is that? That's a seed. It's a small seed. You open up the seed, there's nothing in the seed. It's space. Prana is in there only. But then over time, it starts spreading, starts growing. And then you'll see a little bit of something. And then after maybe 15 years, you will have a tree. So here's these two examples, right? And then the tree is bearing these mangoes, the fruits of the karma. So whenever Ketu Dasha starts, if you don't do this, if you don't understand this process, it's going to feel like the world is just coming upon your shoulder. Because what Ketu does is Ketu wants you to start at the bottom first. Ketu says, okay, I am about to start this dasha for you. You're about to change your work and wanting to go into business. And Ketu's not denying that. Ketu's not denying that. But Ketu says, don't think of becoming a CEO who needs to get 100,000 a month or 100,000 a year right away. The moment you start thinking like that, I'm going to fail you. What I want you to do when you start a business, I want you to become the seed first. I want you to do the smallest work first before you have high desires. Unless this work is done, unless you put the flag 3 feet into the ground, this flag is not going to be standing up when the high wind comes in. You have to start doing your research when Ketu starts with whatever new project or business you're trying to do. Put effort. And look, I just had an itch on my shoulder. Shoulders are efforts. So Ketu is saying you must start putting in the effort to the smallest of things that you're going to start. So if you're going to start some company, don't be thinking about what's the name of my company and how it's going to look and this is the product. You first have to go, why am I creating this company? What use is this of this company to other people? Well, the use is that if I plant this seed, people will be able to get a mango. And do not ever go fast in Ketu Dasha. Like, okay, so today I registered the company. Tomorrow, I must get my first customer. Don't expect that. Don't even desire to have that. Do the smallest of process first. Make sure everything, because this is the foundation you have to build first in Ketu period. If the foundation is strong, not strong, you can start your company, it'll fall in 2 months, 6 months. Everything have to be crossed and dotted. All your financial paperwork, your legal paperwork, your company registration, and then your annual report that you have to do. So if you have a company, like every quarter I have to do a report. Make sure these things are being done first. Even if you tell somebody else to do it, you need to be a part of that process. Because again, with the seed, you have to put the water in. You have to be there watching for and taking care of that water upon the top of the soil. So always, and then don't try to go for 20 customers at the same time. Just first you say in Ketu period, if you're starting a business, how do I get that one customer first? You're in a job and you're in a, let's say, IT sales, which I do a lot of, especially from Silicon Valley. I would say the company name, just these 2-3 companies are like the most clients for me. But let's say they go out and sell some AI product, some kind of a network product to other companies. When you're in Ketu Dasha, don't be like, okay, how do I get 6 clients this month? The only way you're going to have Ketu give you good results when you're like, okay, I have this one client. Put your full concentration on that one client for the whole month. Don't even worry about if the boss isn't mad at you, because if you do this right, you get that client. So the boss will even see that, okay, they did their due diligence and they got this person instead of going for 3 other companies and ruining the whole relationship with them as well. This person concentrated on that one thing. And then you see slowly things start to rise. Slowly in this period, one begins to see that, okay, I put the pole in, I've secured everything. Now I can put the flag up, because remember, Ketu is flags. Ketu is roots. So Ketu wants you to go to the top. Ketu is heights. So your past life karmas, which these things are determining, are showing how this person's coming period is going to be. Then Ketu goes into the 4th house. Fourth house is that house of midnight, right? This is where the sun comes into play around midnight. This becomes the house of peace, rest. Okay, it becomes the house of that darkness, but it's not like darkness, like bad darkness. It's house of night. So you will see that Ketu naturally makes you a very reserved individual with this particular placement. And you will also see with this Ketu, just because it's in the fourth house, at night you will do the best work. And the work you will do, because Ketu is in Virgo, you will look at all the minute details of what's happening, of your work or of your business or of your business plan. You're going to start to look at everything which is not correct and start to correct them. And Virgo is also one of the exalted placement of Mercury. Mercury is what? Communication, writing, humor, right? Like comedians. This is why this is actually a very strong sign of humor and entertainment. So Ketu being in Virgo shows that their past life connection with making your work fun becomes important here. And especially you will desire to work in private in Ketu period. You will desire to not reveal things right away to people. Okay. Then, because of Moon being trine from Ketu, okay, because Moon is now also affecting Ketu, so this is the Nadi aspect of it. You will see in this Ketu Dasha, this person, first of all, become very internalized towards actually wanting to know something higher than themselves. They become very internalized with their spiritual focus, because Moon is in the 8th. And they do this. Why are they doing this? Think about it. Are they doing this because they might be depressed? Maybe. Are they doing this because they want to reach God in Ketu Dasha? Maybe. Or are they doing so they can find professional success? This Moon in Capricorn, which is the original 10th house of your work environment, this person is going to feel that I need to do yoga, meditation, so I can focus more on my work. There actually may not be truly there for some spiritual work, unless, of course, they're focusing on becoming an astrologer. Then, of course, we can see this connection coming into play for spiritual heightened energy. The other thing we also see with Moon, who is also the second lord of wealth, money, okay, is now trying from Moon. So now what's going to happen in this particular period, this person is going to get opportunity where they will either have to move or they're going to be doing traveling. They're going to be doing traveling related to work. For example, actually, this is a great example where, let's say a person is in IT sales. And let's say this person is living in San Jose, California. From San Jose, 3 times a week, they have to make a trip out to San Francisco to meet this person. Or they have to go to Cupertino to meet this particular company or that particular company. So Moon is saying that if you want to get this wealth, and since I'm affecting you, always travel. So now let's say you are trying to do a business where you're just home. You're wanting to do some business in stock and home. One thing I will always say to this person, at least twice a week, you should travel somewhere and work. Meaning if let's say you're in Orange County, California. Maybe go to Newport Beach. Maybe go to LA in some lounge and work. Travel to work. Because what are you doing when you're traveling? You're activating this Moon who's in connection with this Ketu. And why is this important? Because moon is controlling your sustenance and your accumulation of wealth and money. So then this happens. Now, the disposer is in the 11th house with the sun, the third lord of self-efforts. So now Ketu is going to give results of Mercury. Not to mention Ketu's in Hasta Nakshatra. This person's, you will see especially there will be some connection with maternal grandfather who may loved gambling or playing card games, or he himself would have loved to bet money on stocks. And here with this particular Mercury with Sun aspected by Jupiter and Mercury itself creating a link in the 5th house of speculation. This person is going to get interested in, first of all, wanting to put their own effort into making money, wanting to enterprise and do business, but wanting to do business where they have to make quick decisions, fast decisions. Why? Because this is a sign of Aries, ruled by Mars. Aries is an impulsive sign. It needs to jump into things. Why? Because it's a sign of soldier. So if you soldiers on the field, they cannot think for 20 minutes that, should I take this shot or not? Let me do some research and calculus. No, either it's a less than a second decision they have to make, that do I take this shot or do I not take the shot? Do I hide? Do I not hide? So here Mercury will only, because Ketu's now connected with Mercury. Ketu's going to do work that is going to require quick thinking, quick movement, quick turnaround, quick communication. And it's in the 11th house of gains. And gains are coming through self-efforts now, because Sun is there. So this becomes a Dasha. And not only that, Venus is looking at Ketu. I don't know, I think I made Venus a little dark here. But here's Venus. Venus is looking at Ketu, the 5th and 12th lord. So 5th house, speculation, Lakshmi, creativity, mantras. Depending upon this person's background, they may actually get into mantras, but also 12th house is there. This person in this Ketu Dasha is going to make a lot of investments. And they will spend money. And they will invest in themselves. And they should, because this is how Venus is wanting to have Ketu gain. And naturally, if this person is married, then Venus is naturally active. And with Rahu, Venus is getting an expansion of wealth and money. And money is being expanded, but then Venus is also hitting Sun and Mercury. Mercury is a karka of business, Sun is authority. And Sun-Mercury combination can also show family business. So this person, definitely money is also connecting with business. So this 6-7 year long period of Ketu becomes extremely good. Now, if you make Ketu the ascendant, what happens? 10th from Ketu is Saturn, the planet of your work and career. So because from Ketu, Saturn is in the 10th house, this person is going to be fully employed. And especially, they're going to love dealing with work related to communication, media, marketing, sales. Okay. And it'll be some technical work because obviously Mars is looking at Saturn with its 8th aspect here. So we are using Parashri and the Nadi aspect. So this is going to give great results to this individual. And this individual is also going to internalize themselves as well to gain that success. So this is how you can see the good results. There are average results, medium results, and there are bad results, of course. Okay? So guys, this is my video edited today with your Q&A. Remember, if you're new to my channel, subscribe below so you don't miss this type of video. So you want to know all about your own Ketu and all the readings, go on astrology.cares.com under shop section, where you'll also find the link to my academy, Maga Vedic Astrology Academy, where I currently have the Vastu course that I completed beginning of this year. And then, of course, I'm going to be bringing the Nadi one that's going to be long. So I'm just trying to figure things out with that. So anyway, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.